Okay, so hello. So we're now proceeding to the third requirement, which is DHCP server. So we're going to use an IP block of 172.31.0. Then we're going to have our DNS server to be installed, and it should contain the Google and OpenDNS public DNS server IP addresses. So IP address least expired 8 for every 8 hours, and do not distribute the first 30 and last 30 IP address. So if you open our server 2008, open our internet or local area connection, double click properties, click the IPv4 properties. Then as you can see, I have here the details of my uh, routing, but earlier it was all blank. So I used 172.31.0.31 simply because based on the instructions here, we don't want to distribute the first 30 as well as the last 30 IP address. So after that, we're going to have our subnet mask of 255.255.0.0, and our default gateway will be that 1, and our preferred DNS will be 127.0.0.1. So after that, we click OK, close, and then close. And then once we're done, I'm going to open our add roles. So what I'm trying to do here is to install our DNS or DHCP server. So we're going to click our DHCP server. So click, and after that, DHCP server connection bindings. Check if you have or the configured IP address that you set in your local area will be shown. So in my case, it shown my displays sorry it displays my IP address. So IPv4, so I have here TUPT domain and then 127.0.0. So let's validate that one, and let's do the same here. Wait lang. 127.0.0.1. Sorry, the 0.0. Okay, it's valid. Next, continue to next. DHCP scopes. In my case, I will not be adding any scopes since I'll be providing you or showing you the installation. Yes, next. Continue next. Next, then let's use the current credentials. Sorry, am I correct? Yeah, going to use our current credentials. So after that, next, then let's proceed to our installation. Okay, so I have error right here. Attempt to configure the HTTP server. Could not contact Active Directory. I don't know why, but okay, let's just proceed and continue. So right now we'll be doing our DNS server or DHCP server, opening our DHCP server. So we'll be configuring the what you call this one, IP address and other more. So, ayan. Bale, continue lang natin siya. And, magawa tayo ng scope ngayon sa loob ng IPv4. So, continue lang natin yung scope next. And, lagay natin yung server name. And, next na natin. Starting IP address natin will be 172.31.0.1. Then, ang end IP address natin ay 172.31.0.254. Next natin. Prompt naman yung ating start na IP address. And since kagaya ng sinabi nun is di natin pa di-distribute yung first 30 and last 30, yung gagamitin natin is 172.31.0.1. Then dito naman is 172.31. Oh, sorry. 31.0.31. Then add natin. Add pa tayo ng isa, 172.31.0.224. 172.31 0.254. Two four 254. Okay guys, i-check ko. Okay, add natin siya. Sorry. Then next natin, sabi nun is 8 hours lang yung kailangan. So, every 8 hours. So, 0 and 8 hours. Eight hours. Next natin, then, next lang. Then, dito, malagay tayo ng 172.31.0.1. Then, add natin. Next. Kuha tayo ng panibagong IP address. Bale, sa loob ng ping, sa loob ng server, ping natin yung ping upt.com. Dito nagre-return naman siya ng 72.31.31. So, bale, ang ilalagay natin here is yung nakuha natin, which is yung 172.31.0.31. Okay. Okay, since na-add na natin siya, agad pa tayo ng kailangan, which is yung Google, tama ba? 8 and 8. Tapos yung isa is 8844. Next lang natin. Then next, then finish. And talabas siya dito. So, ito. Then, ito na yung ating part 3 kung saan honestly, hindi ko alam if makakapag-try tayo ng another server to another server. However, nagawa ko naman ng ibang requirement dito. Kagaya ng pag-distribute ng IP block na hindi kasama yung first 30 and yung last 30. As well as yung mag-expire siya every 8 hours. So, add ko rin naman yung Google and yung OpenDNS public. Hindi ko lang alam kung ba't siya nagkaganon. However, ayun lang naman para sa DHCP server ko. And next, magpo-proceed tayo sa ating file sharing. So, hi. So, I will be talking about how I configure my DHCP server to be correct. So, as you can see earlier, or in my previous videos, that my DHCP and my deployment of Windows is not working because of my DHCP. So, as of now, I've fixed it, and I will show to you the process. How did I actually correct, or yeah, how did I correct my DHCP server? So, first that I did is to make sure that I've cloned my final server 2008. So why it is important? Because just in case you've removed something important or something that you don't know what happened and it causes some issues or bug in the server, you have your clone which you could actually continue your configuration. So it happens that while I'm configuring, I'm using my clone and it works on my clone. So let's open my server 2008 clone. So as you can see here, I have green check mark compared to the previous uh, HTTP which has red marks. So how did I do that? So first, you need to uninstall your DHCP server. So just click remove roles and remove your DHCP server. Then it will prompt a um, restart. So we need to restart your server. So once you restarted that, need to configure your or just check your internet access or your uh, network. But since we've configured it earlier, and by this time I've actually restrict, right? So the restriction occurs here right now. So whenever I check this or whenever I click this one, it will prompt please contact your administrator. But what you need to do is to use IP address of 172.31.0.31, just the same. So just for the subnet mask, use 255.255.0.0, and for the gate, use 172.31.0.1, and from the DNS, just use 127.0.0.1. So once you configure that, you could actually install your DHCP server. But before that, you need to log out your account. So the main problem that I encountered is I'm using my Lay Nogalo account. So you must use the administrator account. So you need to log out. So switch user and then sign in your user account. So for me, my username is administrator and my password is change me. So that's why I can open my administrator account. So once you open your administrator account, you can proceed to installing your DHCP server with the same process that I did in my previous video. So once you do that, you could actually open your DHCP server, since the one that is prompt here is X and it has red marks. But once you open your DHCP server or your DHCP, it is marked green. So if it's like that, then it's actually working. So if you have already scopes inside DHCP and then you just installed or just uninstall and then install, uninstall, uninstall, the configured HCPs are the scopes, the configured scopes will remain. So for example, here I have my scope DHCP server, and I've uninstalled my DHCP, then install it again. So my DHCP server scope is maintained. So I don't have to add another um what do you call this one, another scope, because it is maintained right here. So basically we're now having a dish cp that is actually working. So we could now continue our work with DHCP server. So